Welcome to FrogTV's FAQs. I'm Adam Baker. Guys, every week myself and our top travel consultants are helping you with the most frequently asked questions about travel to Costa Rica. As ever, if you have a question for us, let me know in the comments box below and I'll get straight back to you. This week's question: how safe is it right now to travel to Costa Rica? Is it safer than Mexico? What's going on with COVID? Let's find out. A lot of people ask, is Costa Rica safe? But is Costa Rica safe at the moment? And is it perhaps safer than places like Mexico, a destination that competes famously with Costa Rica? And obviously, Mexico opened up their borders at a similar time and removed the testing to come into the country. So, Sebas, what's the typical response there? Is Costa Rica safe in general? What about right now?
Yeah, well, what I've been telling a lot of my customers, it's first, we have an amazing public health system, and this is one of the main reasons why we were able to handle the pandemic in an outstanding way. We're having less than 600 cases COVID-related these days. And as we were explaining at the beginning, the facilities that we have to take tests everywhere, the great infrastructure that we have, it's making Costa Rica an amazing destination during these days. All the protocols that we have in place are helping that we have the pandemic really under control right now.
Nice. And Jake, what about you guys? You're based on the Central Pacific coast, right? What's it like down there?
It's nice. It's, there's definitely less people here, but even with the restaurants at 50% occupancy, you definitely need a reservation at some places if you'd like to go out to eat. Everyone's following the proper protocols. So in that regards, it's definitely safe. And most of the dining here is outside.
Nice. It's super interesting, Justin. I don't know about you, but I've been to quite a lot of restaurants recently. I'm based here in the Central Valley in San Jose. And I don't want to say it's back to normal yet, but everybody's keeping their hands very clean. The sanitization protocols are in place. Everybody's using the mask very respectfully. And otherwise, it's super busy. We're shooting this video in the middle of February. I was out over the weekend at a restaurant, again, full of people. It's exciting. It does feel safe. And Seb, like you're saying, the national health system here has done a great job. I think we're going down from 600 cases a day. It's generally incredibly low. I think we have less than 3,000 deaths, fortunately. Compared to other countries, the size of the country has helped. I mean, Justin, is that a reflection around these major tourism areas?
Yeah, I mean, I'm based out of Jaco, and so what we see is a huge domestic tourism market. I mean, on the weekends here, you can't tell the difference between this year versus last year. But yeah, I mean, the cases, actually, I've seen that as well. I saw an article last week, I believe, that our transmission rates are as low, or if not lower, than April of last year. And then also they've started the vaccination process, which it's, there's 5 million total people in Costa Rica. So when you think about the percent of the population that's had COVID versus the number of vaccinations that's taking place, that cross and our herd immunity should be arriving sooner than most any other country.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, this is all massively positive news. And Jake, I always say, I think I've done a specific video as well on how safe is Costa Rica in a more general question, because people want to know, as opposed to maybe going to Hawaii or changing it up from Jamaica or Mexico. I think it is possibly even safer in terms of the pandemic. Everything is a lot cleaner. I don't know about petty theft and the usual basic things. I think in the last few months, a lot of people have been staying at home. And we all, obviously said you're local, you're a Tico, but we've been expats for years here. I think it's a very safe country in general, but it's a question we get asked a lot. Does that sound accurate to you?
Yeah, definitely. Very safe. It's the kind of place where I feel comfortable with my girlfriend walking at night by herself.
Yeah, bar none. What do you say?
We always hear the horror stories. When I talk to clients, it's like, you always hear the horror story, but usually it's being out way too late at night, having way too much to drink, or looking for something that's not necessarily legal.
Yeah.
And so, I've been living here full time now 11 years. My first trip was 15 years. And knock on wood, I'm pretty American looking. I've never once had a single issue. Yeah, it's surprising. And just a bit of street smarts, but I feel way more at risk in places in the U.S. than I do here.
No, exactly. I've been here as well, just over 15 years now. And I'm, again, pretty white, a British guy. I don't live in like Jaco, like you said, big party town in Costa Rica, famous for it. But I live in San Jose, which is not the most attractive place in terms of tourism in the country. And again, if you have a bit of street smart, I've been in far more issues, unfortunately, in like Paris, Madrid, in the more built up areas. So when people ask how safe is Costa Rica, it does, I think, help to be street smart, do the usual thing, don't go around with an awful lot of bling, have unnecessary amounts of cash on you. And I think people know this. You apply this, brain set, this mindset wherever you go traveling. I mean, Seb, do you tell people? I mean, you're Costa Rican, so when it comes to the safety, what's your immediate feedback, having grown up?
Yeah, it's as you were just saying, it's just street smart. Don't leave your things out on the open. If you're going to go into the ocean, don't leave it hanging over there. And the other thing, it's because we are a very touristic country, we really try to do it right on the touristic areas. So you're going to see that the volcano region, the beaches areas, they are even more safer than probably down here in San Jose. Yeah. So that's also something really amazing about Costa Rica. We really care about the people who visit down here.
Yeah, I think that's a key point. And the government knows this. One of the branches of the police force is also for the tourism police, which I've never seen in any other country. And I know that they have their hubs around the major tourism points. So yeah, great news, very safe, and particularly safe now if your country enables you to fly in or fly out of wherever you are to come and visit. So for sure, get on it. So there we go, guys. I hope you found those responses helpful. If you're looking for a more detailed response, please get in touch with me and I'll help you out as best as possible. As ever, please don't forget to subscribe by clicking just here to stay in touch with everything Costa Rica related and new content every week. For FrogTV, from all the travel consultants and myself, Adam Baker, hasta la próxima.